It's the Morning Sports Report, TribLIVE Radio at TribLIVE.com. Ken Laird, Daniel Dudley, all brought to you by our good friends at CashInCulture.com, on the web at CashInCulture.com, and 4 stores in the Western PA area, including Westmoreland Mall and Century 3 Mall. Well, does anybody miss Rashard Mendenhall about this point in time?
Oh, my goodness. What a story that is, man.
2 Steelers running backs accused of possessing misdemeanor amounts of marijuana, and Le'Veon Bell, who was behind the wheel, driving to the airport for the charter flight to Philadelphia and the team's 3rd preseason game, expected to be charged with driving under the influence. The Steelers, and how do they handle it? Both reportedly this morning with the team, although there was an initial report that Bell did not make the flight in the first wave of the trip, Dan. Do they play tonight? Should they play tonight? On one hand, Santonio Holmes in season was internally reprimanded and was not suspended, but was made inactive on game day and missed the game for what Mike Tomlin at the time determined a distraction on game week. This is the preseason, and it's also the same franchise that had a tackle prospect show up at the job fair at the NFL Scouting Combine, testing positive for weed, and they drafted the guy in the 2nd round. So I don't know what to expect in terms of discipline.
Yeah, I mean, did they ever really suspend Alameda Tamu? Did they ever really because I know he wasn't playing. He wasn't good, so therefore they kept him, they kept him around, but then they got rid of him because he wasn't good. But no, I don't expect anything to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if they play tonight. I don't think they will play tonight, but when it comes to suspensions further than that, like the first game or something, that's not happening. They're not missing any time.
Eventually they will miss time per league repercussions. The way Dwayne Bowe is like a year later.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but maybe not till next season. It's not going to happen this year.
Maybe not. It will be very interesting to see how serious they take this. I mean, the DUI charge here to me is the biggest deal. Yeah. Actually, LeGarrette Blount, if he's just a passenger here, poor judgment of his part to get into the car and to be allowing his teammate and one hand, if these guys have become good buddies, that they have a good team bonding.
Obviously.
Here. The joint backfield developing for the Steelers. But, it's going to be a misdemeanor for him, a small fine and a slap on the wrist. You expect more from a veteran type that you brought in maybe, but I think he plays tonight for sure. It's not really even that much of a debate, but I think Le'Veon Bell's the bigger story, and he's also a bigger part of their future long term. At least they were hoping for. He's their feature back. I think they will send a message to him, and I think he will miss at least one game from the team's point of view and probably a couple more from the league when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a really stupid thing. And I mean, when you get into it's one thing if you are, if you're smoking weed, you get caught or something, but when you're driving, what are you doing driving? What are you doing that? And that's why it just seems like they should be suspended just for stupidity alone, really. At least Le'Veon Bell should, because he's the big story, and if he has to miss any time, that really hurts the Steelers. So, I had a couple people saying to me that no, the Steelers should, act on this, but the NFL in 2014, that's just not how it works. They want to keep their guys around. We saw the same thing with Ray Rice. Yeah, common sense says should have been suspended for a long time, but no, that's not the way the NFL works. They're not getting suspended.
We'll find out how the Steelers react. Cash and Culture may have your Harold and Kumar Cheech and Chong dolls for your retro gaming headquarters. The shake and bake backfield in effect coming up tonight.